Hello, everybody. Power Automate is pleased to introduce a brand new built-in function for formatting numbers. And I am so excited to show this to you because I have tried to format numbers in Flow before, and it does require a bit of character manipulation as well as mathematical skills. But now it's an easy snap. So let me show you how it works. I've created a new flow and I've actually just put a prompt in here for a number. And I'm not even associating with this with any particular business scenario, but I just made sure I used the number input so that this would be understood as a number. Now, what you push into this function is entirely up to you, but I see it could be numbers from one of your connectors like SharePoint or SQL. It could be financial data coming from finance and operations. It could be sales revenue values coming from dynamic sales or coming from your internal sales and revenue databases. So when you receive these numbers into Flow, they come in as raw numbers. But how do you format them to get them to look the way you want them to look in perhaps the adaptive card that you're going to create to share it with teams, or the Excel report, or the other type of report that you might create using Flow? Okay, this is awesome. I actually was able to use it to populate a Word document that was a statement of work, and the section where all the cost factors were formatted using this function. So let me get to showing you the function. So I have that prompt here, and now I'm going to look just by typing number, because we're formatting numbers, you'll see it come up as number functions. It is part of our built-in functions. So if I didn't search and I click built-in, you'll see all the built-in functions that we have. And keep your eye here because we'll be releasing new ones. Our goal is to enable these types of functions so that you don't have to use advanced expressions as often. Okay? So I'm going to click on number functions, and that will give me the single action format number. I can click on that, and now you can see this in the UI is just asking for a number and a format. So I can type a number here, but I'm going to go ahead and use the number that the person who pressed the button entered, right? And then here I get a drop down to decide what it wants to look like. And we've put the most common formats right here in front of you, right? So regular number with a comma and two decimal points, um, um, or a negative number and two decimal points, or a dollar figure and two decimal points. Okay, so let's start with this, and then we'll talk about the magic of this one. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and choose currency format. Now, this defaults to where I am, right? I'm in the US, and that's the US currency format. But if I want to get a variant format, like suppose I want to format it the way France formats currency, then I can change my locale so as to find the European. Let's see if I can find it. English. I will, and I suppose I can type France here. Let's see, France. There we go. And so by typing France, you can see that I get all the different locales for that country. And I'm just going to choose this one, which will probably do it in European format. So now I'm just going to save this and run a test. So let's do a test. And I'll perform the trigger action. So I'll pretend to be the person pressing the button. And I'm going to just go in here and I'm going to type a long number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.789. Okay? So this could be a figure that was calculated in some other data source, and then it's pushed into format number in its exact format, right? So notice that the 7894 is a four decimal place, all right? But we're going to change this format to look like currency for France. And I'm going to run this flow and say done. The flow ran quickly, under a second. And here's the number we put in, and here's the number we get out. This number could be used very simply in creating an invoice or in sending an email to someone that owes us money. I'm going to put this back into United States just for those that are United States and show you that you can also have variants for even the United States. And then I'm going to test this again. I should have copied that number, shouldn't I have? And I'm going to put in a number again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, dot 78.7894. Okay? So this should round up to 79 because I chose a currency format. And we run that, runs beautifully. And there's our American format. Okay? Now, what if I don't want these, when I don't want these decimal points, right? No problem, because we have the magic of what's called enter custom value. And now think about your Excel skills here. There's a few ways to do this. I can go ahead and use the hash marks system, which is what we have used in the past with Excel, right? And I can even put the dollar sign in front of it if I want to. Now I'm saying I don't want any decimals, but I do want a dollar symbol. I can put any symbol I want there, right? I could even put a K after this if I want to. Whatever format I put here is what it will translate to, and then I will test that. And in this case, the locale is more about punctuation. But let's see what this turns out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.7894, and run the flow. Notice now that it took that hash input and then it converted it into the number, rounding this up, rounding the decimals up into the number. Okay, so beautiful, right? So another thing I want to tell you, for those of you that are developers, or those of you that like learning developer skills, we also respect what's called the .NET string format for numbers. So if I type C for currency and hit the number 2, let's see what this does. Okay, let's test this. Currency 2, C2, right? I can type this number, I'll make it a little bit shorter this time, and run that flow. C2 will automatically put it in a currency format for the locale that I have selected. All right, so these are .NET string number formats, and I'll put that in the description of the video. We also have N2, which is like negative number with 2 decimal places. And so there's a whole list of these .NET string formats for converting numbers. And so I'll send you a link to that. But if you don't know that, not a problem. Just choose the thing that works for you and go ahead and have an awesome flow. I'll be talking to you soon. Please put it in the comments if you have questions, and or even better, put them in the community forum where we'll get lots of eyes on it. Thank you and have a great day.